Wolves have always been an integral part of the Alaskan wilderness, a symbol of the wild, untamed beauty that defines the region. However, the journey of the Alaska wolf is not one without struggle. From a time when wolves were nearly wiped out across the state to their remarkable return in recent decades, this story is one of hope, resilience, and restoration. The return of wolves to Alaska has not only revived a species, but has had profound ecological benefits, playing a crucial role in maintaining the balance of the entire ecosystem. This is the story of how wolves returned to Alaska, how they have reshaped the landscape, and what the future holds for these majestic creatures. A history of wolves in Alaska. Wolves have inhabited Alaska for thousands of years, thriving in its diverse ecosystems. As apex predators, they have played an essential role in shaping the environments they inhabit, regulating prey populations and contributing to the overall health of the ecosystem. Historically, wolves were widespread across Alaska, from the southern coastal regions to the rugged northern tundra. However, as European settlers expanded into Alaska during the 19th century, wolves began to face increasing persecution. Fearful of wolves as competitors for game and as threats to livestock, settlers and later the US government began aggressive campaigns to eradicate the species. By the early 1900s, the wolf population had been decimated. Trapping, poisoning, and bounty hunting had taken a severe toll, and by mid-century, wolves had been driven from much of their historic range. Their populations were reduced to small, isolated pockets in remote areas, particularly in the more northern regions of Alaska, where human activity was less intensive. This was a devastating blow to the balance of the Alaskan ecosystem, as wolves had played a key role in regulating populations of herbivores like moose and caribou. The turning point of the protection of wolves. The recovery of Alaska's wolf population began in the 1970s, with the passage of the Endangered Species Act in the United States. This act provided vital protections for many species on the brink of extinction, including the gray wolf. Despite facing significant opposition, the law was a turning point for the wolf, as it prohibited further hunting, trapping, and killing of wolves in federally protected areas. The re-establishment of legal protections allowed wolf populations in Alaska to begin their slow recovery. However, the recovery process wasn't immediate or without controversy. In the 1980s and 1990s, there were still strong feelings among hunters and ranchers who viewed wolves as a threat to their livelihoods. The fear of wolves killing livestock or competing with hunters for big game like moose and caribou remained prevalent. This led to a polarized debate, with some Alaskans advocating for the protection of wolves and others pushing for their removal or stricter control measures. The challenges of balancing wildlife conservation with human interests were apparent, but the growing body of scientific evidence showing the ecological benefits of wolves helped tip the scale toward recovery efforts. Wolves in the wild. Reintroduction and recovery efforts. One of the key strategies for the restoration of wolves in Alaska was reintroduction programs. Starting in the 1990s, efforts were made to reintroduce wolves to areas where they had been extirpated. The most notable of these efforts was in Denali National Park, a vast wilderness area in central Alaska. Denali, one of the most well-known national parks in the United States, became a focal point for wolf recovery. Wolves were carefully released into the park, and the population began to slowly grow as the animals adapted to their new environments. These reintroduction efforts were far from simple. Wolves needed time to acclimate to the new conditions, and careful management was required to ensure that the packs formed and functioned in a way that allowed them to thrive. Wildlife biologists monitored the wolves closely, tracking their movements, hunting patterns, and social structures. They made sure that the animals had sufficient space and prey to survive, which was no small task given the challenging environment of Alaska. The successful reintroduction in Denali and other areas demonstrated that wolves could once again play a vital role in the Alaskan ecosystem. The ecological impact. How wolves are helping Alaska's ecosystem. Wolves are often referred to as a keystone species because of their disproportionate impact on the health of their ecosystem. Their return to Alaska has had profound effects on the entire landscape. One of the most important roles wolves play is regulating herbivore populations. In the absence of wolves, large populations of animals like moose and caribou can grow unchecked, leading to overgrazing and the destruction of plant life. Wolves, as predators, help keep these herbivore populations in check, ensuring that vegetation can regenerate and flourish. This dynamic was particularly evident in Denali National Park. When wolves returned to the park, they helped control the moose population, which in turn allowed vegetation like willows and aspen trees to recover. The regrowth of these plants provided benefits for other species, including beavers, birds, and smaller mammals, creating a healthier, more diverse ecosystem. Wolves also help by culling the weak and sick individuals from prey populations, which leads to a stronger, more genetically diverse group of herbivores. In addition to their role in controlling herbivore populations, wolves also influence the behavior of prey species. For example, wolves often target older, slower, or weaker individuals, causing herds of moose or caribou to alter their grazing patterns. This shift in behavior can prevent overgrazing in certain areas, allowing for the regeneration of plant life in the process. In this way, by controlling prey populations, wolves prevent overgrazing. Wolves help create a more balanced and sustainable environment for the entire ecosystem. Challenges along the way. Political and public opinion battles. Despite the undeniable ecological benefits of wolves, the return of these predators has not been universally welcomed. The debate over wolf management in Alaska remains a contentious issue, with many Alaskans still divided over the role wolves should play in the landscape. While many scientists and conservationists view the return of wolves as a success story, others argue that wolves pose a threat to hunting, particularly to those who depend on hunting for food or income. The political landscape around wolf management in Alaska has been fraught with tension. In some areas, wolves are seen as a nuisance, and there have been calls to reduce their numbers through culling programs or more relaxed hunting regulations. These calls are often based on the belief that wolves are responsible for declining moose populations or for interfering with hunting activities. On the other hand, wildlife advocates argue that maintaining healthy wolf populations is crucial for the overall health of the ecosystem, and that the benefits wolves bring far outweigh the challenges they present. While public opinion on wolves remains divided, scientific research continues to highlight the importance of wolves in maintaining ecological balance. Education and outreach programs have played a key role in shifting public perception, but there is still significant work to be done to bridge the gap between conservationists and those with concerns about the impact of wolves on human activities. A brighter future. The road ahead. Today, Alaska's wolf population is stronger and more stable than it has been in decades. Wolves have successfully re-established themselves in many parts of the state, and their presence is once again felt throughout the wilderness. However, the journey is not over. Wolves still face threats from poaching, habitat loss, and human-wildlife conflict, and continued efforts are needed to ensure their long-term survival in Alaska. Looking ahead, it is clear that the return of wolves is a story of recovery and hope, but also one of ongoing effort. Conservationists, wildlife biologists, and Alaskans must continue to work together to protect these wolves and the ecosystems they help sustain. The challenges of managing wolf populations will continue, but the success of their return provides hope that other species in peril can also be brought back from the brink. In the grand scheme of things, the return of wolves to Alaska is not just about saving a species, it's about preserving the delicate balance of nature. Wolves are integral to the health of the Alaskan wilderness, and their recovery is a powerful reminder of the importance of protecting our natural world. As we move forward, it is vital that we continue to support efforts that allow wolves to thrive and help maintain the wild beauty of Alaska for generations to come. What we can learn from the return of wolves to Alaska. The remarkable comeback of wolves in Alaska is more than just a story of wildlife conservation. It's a powerful reminder of the resilience of nature and the importance of balance in our ecosystems. Through the efforts of dedicated scientists, conservationists, and the gradual change in public opinion, wolves have once again found a place in Alaska's wild landscapes. But the journey of their return also teaches us important lessons that go far beyond the realm of animal protection. First and foremost, the story of the Alaska wolf demonstrates that even when a species faces seemingly insurmountable challenges, recovery is possible. Wolves, once driven to the brink of extinction through human activity, have shown us that with careful management, understanding, and commitment, nature has the remarkable ability to heal. This is a lesson not only for conservation, but for all aspects of life. No matter how dire the circumstances, with effort and dedication, positive change can be achieved. Second, the return of wolves teaches us about the importance of maintaining balance in nature. Wolves play a critical role in regulating prey populations, promoting plant growth, and ensuring a healthier, more diverse ecosystem. It's a vivid reminder that every species, no matter how big or small, plays a part in the complex web of life. We cannot afford to ignore the interconnectedness of all living things. When one piece of the puzzle is removed, the entire system can begin to unravel. The recovery of wolves shows that protecting one species can have wide-reaching benefits for many others, including humans. Additionally, the ongoing challenges surrounding the reintroduction of wolves also reveal a crucial lesson in respecting differing perspectives. While conservation efforts have shown positive results, there are still those who have concerns about wolves' impact on hunting or livelihoods. This is a reminder that successful conservation requires collaboration and understanding between various groups, even when opinions diverge. It's essential that we find common ground, engage in constructive dialogue, and work together towards solutions that benefit both people and wildlife. Finally, the story of the wolves' return underscores the importance of commitment to the environment. It's not enough to simply protect a species in the short term. Long-term efforts, such as habitat preservation, sustainable management, and education, are key to ensuring that these creatures and their habitats thrive for generations to come. The lesson here is that protecting our natural world requires ongoing effort, and it's our responsibility to safeguard it for future generations. As we reflect on the return of the wolves to Alaska, let it inspire us to take action in our own lives to value the natural world, respect the delicate balance of ecosystems, and continue to support efforts that protect wildlife and the environment. Because, as we've seen with the wolves, restoration is possible, and with dedication, we can all be part of the solution. The summary of the story. The return of wolves to Alaska is one of the greatest conservation success stories of our time. From near extinction to thriving once again, wolves have become a symbol of the power of nature to heal and regenerate. Their return has not only brought balance to the ecosystem, but has also sparked a deeper appreciation for the intricate relationships between all living things. The road to their recovery has been challenging, but it has been worth every effort. The wolves are back, and their future, like that of the Alaskan wilderness itself, looks bright.